This is Andrew Bosin. I'm a technology lawyer located in New Jersey. I help SaaS and AI startups get off the ground. I draft your terms of service, your privacy policy, and your customer subscription agreement. I see a lot of people today are trying to draft their SaaS and AI customer agreements using AI, large language models, and what I'm getting or asked to review is really not good. It's not worth the paper that it's written on. These large language models are only as good as the amount of information that you are putting into the engine to get a good agreement. An AI engine, a large language model, doesn't know anything about your business. They don't know your risk tolerance. They don't know if you have insurance or not. They don't know how much experience you have. They really don't. It doesn't really know how your software works on the back end. What the risks are or what the real problems are. As a non-lawyer, you wouldn't even know what to put into an LLM to get it to spit out what I would deem to be some sort of agreement that's okay to be signed. There are a lot of law firms that are using AI where they'll put in a contract that they've drafted or another lawyer sent them, and it'll say, please, distinguish this paragraph from another paragraph in a contract that I wrote. Please look at this contract and tell me where my weaknesses are, where my strengths are, right? But again, that's a lawyer using it for much different purposes. I highly do not recommend that you use AI to draft a SaaS or an AI agreement. So let's go back to an AI agreement. I'm drafting quite a few SaaS/AI agreements for customers, for clients, for their customers to sign. An AI agreement is really a SaaS agreement with a lot of AI language in there. There are so many issues dealing or referring or relating to AI that will dwarf a regular SaaS agreement. I mean, there are definitions for, licensing for, and ownership of input, output, content, training data, aggregated data, derived data. I mean, what people don't understand is that someone is using your AI engine and they're inputting information, trying to get output. Let's stop there. Who owns the input? Who owns the output? Who owns the derived data? Who owns the aggregated data? Can the AI vendor who you're licensing the software from, can they use your output to train their AI models, to improve their AI models for statistical purposes, to figure out how to get more clients, how to improve the services for marketing purposes? These are all issues that someone having an AI agreement drafted or reviewed needs to think about. What kind of warranty is it? What's the limit of liability for an AI vendor? What if someone comes along and sues your company because you're using an AI vendor software and they claim it infringes upon their intellectual property rights? Then what? Is the AI vendor complying with New York, Colorado, and California's newly enacted AI laws? Do they have a bias testing? Do they test for bias testing, the AI vendor? Do they have an AI governance policy? These are all things that, you have to consider when having an AI agreement drafted or reviewed. And from what I'm seeing from people who are doing it, I just don't think that, it's something that a person who's not a lawyer can really get out of an LLM AI engine right now. You simply just don't know enough about what needs to be in an agreement to protect you. So if you start from that standpoint, how can any agreement that's spit out from AI that you understand, and how will it protect you? Chances are it won't protect you in any sense. So if you need a SaaS or AI agreement drafted, please call me, Andrew Bosin, all across the US at 201-446-9643.